Hello and welcome to a new episode of Biopilates Deep Dive. Today, we're diving into the core of a fundamental Pilates movement, spinal rotation or the spine twist. At first glance, this movement may seem simple, yet it holds deep biomechanical complexity and powerful therapeutic potential. It's a true conversation between breath, stability, and motion, a slow, conscious spiral that reorganizes the body from within. Let's take a moment to set the stage. In a seated position, with the pelvis grounded and the spine lifted in neutral alignment, we establish a solid foundation. The legs are extended and adducted, the ankles flexed, and the arms stretched out to the sides with the palms facing down. It is in this postural stillness that the body prepares to move. Then comes inhalation, broad, expansive. It opens the rib cage in 3 dimensions and activates the stabilizing muscles, particularly the transversus abdominis and the obliques. This breath is the inner impulse, the opening toward space. Exhalation, in turn, initiates the twist. On a count of 3, each breath becomes a new layer, a subtler, deeper exploration. The range of motion increases with respect, without force, by simply honoring the moment. This is the essence of Pilates, a slow, conscious progression rather than a performance-driven one. And with each following inhalation, we return to center, gently, re-establishing alignment, promoting muscular balance and thoracic mobility. The movement becomes fluid, intelligent, and integrated. Twisting deeply engages the transversus abdominis, the internal and external obliques, and the deep pelvic floor. These often overlooked muscles act as a natural corset, supporting each breath, each gesture. They remind us that our central axis is not built through visible effort, but through invisible stability. Then comes the contralateral rotation of the trunk, a subtle spiral born from the center, expanding with precision. This movement recruits a very specific muscular pattern, especially the internal obliques, less commonly known, yet crucial for a smooth, secure rotation. The internal obliques originate on the iliac crest, inguinal ligament, and thoracolumbar fascia. Their fibers fan upward and forward, inserting into the linea alba and the 10th to 12th costal cartilages. They support ipsilateral rotation. If you rotate to the right internal oblique activates. This action works in synergy with the contralateral external oblique, in this case, the left, to generate a powerful and stable twist. Even deeper are the short and long rotators, fine stabilizing muscles located between the vertebrae. The short rotators connect the transverse process of one vertebra to the spinous process of the vertebra directly above, making tiny, near-microscopic adjustments. The long rotators extend from one transverse process to the spinous process 2 or 3 levels above. These deep, ascending spiral fibers allow for a controlled, segmental rotation, soft yet powerful, essential for spinal health. Thanks to this complex muscular architecture, rotation never occurs in a block. It unfolds, vertebra by vertebra, like an intelligent wave, a conscious spiral. The benefits are many: preventing lumbar tension, improving spinal mobility, enhancing circulation, and developing proprioception. But above all, creating a meaningful relationship with breath, with our center, with our axis. And none of this can happen without safety, precise scapular stabilization, continuous abdominal engagement, unwavering spinal alignment, and of course, adaptation. Adapt the posture, sit on a cushion if needed, cross the legs, use a fitness circle or a flex band to refine sensation, integrate reverse breathing to explore axial elongation. These aren't secondary options. They are precision tools in service of intelligent movement. It's equally important to be aware of common mistakes in this practice. The first is sitting behind your sit bones, allowing the lower back to collapse. In this position, Neutral alignment is lost and spinal mechanics fall apart. The solution is to elevate the pelvis, sitting on a box, a platform, or simply crossing the legs to restore trunk stability and verticality. The second mistake is letting the ribs protrude forward, encouraging a high vertical breath that limits posterior and lateral expansion. In Pilates, we seek three-dimensional breathing, a breath that fills the thoracic space, supports the motion, and never dominates it. Another common mistake is initiating the twist with the arms. Many practitioners, even experienced ones, mistakenly believe the twist comes from the shoulders. To help reorient the movement from the center, a simple and effective cue is to cross the arms over the chest, closing the upper quadrant and allowing the deep spiral to emerge from the torso. And finally, let us not forget, Pilates is neuromuscular education. It takes time, stillness, patience. The body must integrate, test, repeat. Trust what your instructor brings. Let the information rise to the brain, settle, and eventually create lasting motor responses. It is at this slow pace that transformation truly happens. What I invite you to experience in this episode is not merely an exercise, it's a conscious twisting journey led by your breath, anchored in your body, guided by sensation, a gentle, clear, engaged spiral that helps you better understand yourself through verticality, mobility, and alignment. And what if each twist were a step toward deeper inner clarity, toward a freer spine, a fuller breath, a more grounded presence? Thank you for joining me today on this journey into movement. Take care, breathe deeply, and meet me again soon for another episode of Biopilates Deep Dive.